guys, we're live, I think. What is on my computer? Like, what is this volume? What is this? Hold on, there's like an article. What was that? I'm closing all of these tabs off. How are you guys doing? There are 5 people here. Hello to the 5 people here. I didn't really do a good job at advertising this stream because it was kind of last minute. I meant to post about it on Wednesday, and then, I was late on that. So let me reblog it on Tumblr. Yeah, how's everyone doing? Let me know. I'm a bit early anyways, so I just was like, let me start the stream because I was like running around trying to figure out. Hold on, let me just reblog this. I was running around like trying to set up my thing. Like my sister was very nice and cleaned my whole room for me because I'm really bad at like starting cleaning things. I think especially my room, like I've only been here for like almost an exact year. So I don't have a very good system for it. I was much better at it when I was in the room upstairs or when I was in my room at school, but here I have no system. So then I get very overwhelmed and I have a lot of stuff on the wall. So that doesn't really help like when I start getting overwhelmed. So she's really good at cleaning. So anyway, she did my beautiful room look very nice now. Nobody makes a bed like Sarah is so good at it, like slay. I could never. Anyways, so I was running around like crazy before the stream because I was setting up kind of last minute. Because I didn't really organize my time properly today. Well, I had a meeting. I did have a meeting, to be fair. So then I went on a walk, and I had lunch, and then it was time for the stream. And now it's 2:30, so more people are showing up. I was just talking randomly about my day. Anyways, I see Sammy was literally here 3 hours ago. That is so cool. Thank you for being here. I'm not sure if you're here now, but Jubilee also seemed to have been here early. Hi, Brianna. Hi, T-Frog. Hi, Jonathan. Hi, Stein. Hi, Fadina. I hope I'm saying your name right. Hi. Oh, gosh. I am so sorry. I asked you before how to pronounce your name. Would you mind correcting me again? I really need to, like, start writing these down because I recognize people. Like, there are regulars on the stream. And then I feel bad always asking. Hi, Patty. Hi, Aline. Hi, Tess. Micah. Is that right? I love this very beautiful name. Thank you. Thank you. How's everyone doing? What have you guys been up to? I know it's like for some people who are doing like Camp Nano in April, it might be sort of coming up on the end of your goals. I didn't do anything because I was very stressed out this month. I've been doing a lot of job stuff, like job application. It's rough out here, honestly. And so that was very busy and stressful, and I started anxiety medication. I was like, it's about time. I think, I think your girl needs to get on this prescription, which was good. So that's been going well so far. But anyways, because of the stress or whatever, the month went by so fast for me, and I didn't make a writing goal. With that said, I wrote so much. I'll find out in the stream. So much. It's over 30,000 words. Like I wasn't trying to write that much, and now I'm banning myself from drafting. Like I'm on a drafting ban right now because I think I'm tired, but like my brain, like I'm very like stubborn. Like I still want to write. I'm also not doing much right now, so I think I'm like getting bored out of my mind. Anyways, so I'm just trying to keep up with something, and because of that I'm drafting so much. Like my goal last year was, I remember, I don't know if you guys watched the video, but it was one of my last videos last year where I was like, I never, like talking about what I wrote in 2023, I was like, I never want to write this much in a year ever again. And I'm probably going to exceed that number. Probably, I don't know, because I've already written so much of Sunless Ground. I did not intend within the first quarter of the year to have written so much. I think honestly, I've been enjoying writing. I've gotten back into it in terms of like it's a thing that I'm doing the most of. That's kind of why I was slacking on YouTube. I do have one more video scheduled. One went up live today, and I'm so not used to having video scheduled that I was like, oh shit, like I forgot I had a video going out today. Anyways, okay, yay, I said it right for Fadina. Yay. Um, Hi Kian. I'm doing good. My house is so interesting right now because my parents are renovating like the bathrooms in the house, their bathroom and then our bathroom. And I'm really happy for them because our house is like from the 70s, I think. And so it's really nice to see that they're able to do that now. I've been living here my whole life. I know this is a new room, but it's a new room to me too. But I've been living in this house my whole life. So I'm really happy for them. It's been very nice. And so the whole house is kind of like in a slight disarray. It's quite organized, but I mean it's still like it's dusty and there's like, people in and out. I have to take care of my dog because he's quite people reactive. Like he's very scared of other people. And so we have to kind of keep an eye on him, keep him in another room or whatever. So I've just been kind of busy the last week or whatever, just trying to like get used to the house while there's renovation. You won't hear anything. They've been working very fast. Anyways, my sister and I designed what's going to be our bathroom. And actually, I did a video in that bath. You'll know which bathroom it is if you watch that one video that Sarah and I did literally in 2019. Anyways, so it looks so good. They painted it and we did dark green on the wall. Chef's kiss. It looks so good right now. Anyway, so that's been very nice. I'm very excited for my parents. It's nice whenever I can see them do little things like that. Anyways, so that's kind of where I'm at. Yeah, it is a lot of words. I like I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm trying to calm down, but like I don't think I'm doing a good job. I know a part of it is anxiety, and I'm still working on it. I still am, and I still have this sort of like issue with like toxic productivity and like not feeling like I'm doing anything, and like I'm really struggling with that still. Even though I'm trying, I probably what I need to do is like actively do sort of like exposure therapy so that like when I actively am not producing anything, like so that I can see that I just actively do that more often. So like I get used to the feeling of just calming down. I don't know. Hi, Mirav. I hope I'm saying that right. You're new, so correct me. If anything, hi. We're welcome to me just oversharing about my issues. um, Patty says, I'd been on a slow reading and naps on my off days. Work days, I try to do some note taking for ideas for the next 8 chapters, 4 chapters each for 2 of my werewolf stories. Oh, that's cool. That's a great routine. Yeah. And also slow reading and naps, like you need rest. Like rest is very important. So I'm happy to see that. I have anxiety around napping. I have issues. Like I have anxiety around napping because I'm like, I could be doing things in this time. Yeah. We're working on it. Anyways, so yesterday I was happy. I did take a nap. I was like, okay, come on. It's a nap. Like it shouldn't be that bad. But for me, I still struggle with little things like that. We're working on it. Um, okay. It's pronounced like mirage, but with a V at the end. Mirage, like Mirav. I'm saying it right. I hope. I hope. That's a beautiful name. Um. Okay, great. Mira. It's okay. Phonetic. Cool. Thank you. Thank you. I always try to say people's names as correctly as I can. I appreciate it. How do you get back into writing when you feel demotivated? Me right now. I think it's good to like kind of like decipher why you're feeling that way. Like for me, it's because I probably need to rest. I probably need to calm down. I probably need to watch some movies. I probably just need to read and just chill. So the demotivation is just like doing a lot. I like it's a high intensity drafting. I've been drafting like over 1,000 words a day for like I don't know the last several weeks. I need to calm down basically. And so that's kind of where my lack of motivation is coming from is just like doing way too much. Um but for some people, it might be that I don't know, maybe your process. You need to tweak something with your process. Like if you're like an outliner, but you didn't outline, like maybe you have to go back to the outline, something like that. But it's like it's less like finding little techniques and finding more the root of why the feeling is there. Stein says I've been reading constantly for the last 3 days. Ah, nice. A Little Life. I'm gonna butcher this name. Hanya Yanagihara. I hope I said it right. I hope. Has consumed me. I've heard very good things about that book. Hmm. I actually don't know what it's about. I just know what the book cover looks like. So, should I read it? Yeah, the dark green bathroom. I think it's gonna look really good. My sister and I, like, my sister has a very like sort of like kind of regal aesthetic or whatever. So she really, really wanted dark green. And I like dark green too. I also like dark blue, but I was like, dark green is gonna look good. It looks really, really nice. They did an excellent job. Hi Reese. We're just chatting. Mira says, I wrote a book, now novella, that's a French Revolution. Ooh, ex vampires. Ooh, nice. That's fun. My sister would love that. She's really into history. I don't know if she knows a lot. She probably does because she does know a lot of stuff about history. I don't know if she's here, but that sounds so cool. I love that. Vampires are fun. I want to write with vampires. When I run out of plot with like the contemporary fantasy, like when Sunless Ground runs out of plot, I'm gonna pivot and like write like vampires or something. It'll be so fun. Like just change the genre. um I've been reading Amygdala by Sam Fenna lately. What is that, a novel? It sounds like it. A challenging read, but I love deep diving into the world. Is it like what genre is it? Oh, I'm sorry to hear you've been sick, T-Frog. Been recovering from sickness the past few days. My work in progresses are just kind of simmering in my head right now. But I'm starting to get back into writing. That's amazing. Yeah, I'm trying to go back to the simmering stage. Like I don't know how to simmer right now when it comes to writing. I just kind of go straight to like the drafting, and that can be very stressful to upkeep, right? And then I end up feeling like this when I'm when I'm not drafting. I'm like, oh, I feel bad. So that's why I want to get back to sort of like that brainstorming phases too. Those helped a lot when I used to do that a lot more. Oh, it's a sci-fi novel. Okay, cool. Currently recapping Cryptid Falls so I can edit it. Oh, nice. Nice. Okay, we love editing. I'm gonna edit today on the because I'm banning myself from drafting for the next like day. Okay, we'll see. Maybe one day off. Oh god, I should stop. I should stop. I really do need to take a rest. Ugh, whatever. Um, the same. Too much of a perfectionist, which demotivates me. Yeah, that's the same. Yeah, I think I struggle with perfectionism too, and I think my perfectionism has, you know how like in my videos I'm like, oh, like I healed my perfection. No, I think what's happened now is like it's jumped to a different thing. Like so instead, where before it literally used to be like, oh, the prose needs to be perfect, the something needs to be perfect. Now it's kind of hops to like the output needs to be perfect. Like it doesn't feel good if I don't write a certain amount. Yeah, that's maybe like where the perfectionism has hopped. So frustrating. I'm like, okay. It took 4 years to get to the point where like I don't, get very upset over each sentence. But now I'm like, okay, another 4 years and hopefully I get to the point where it's more balanced and I'm not so like stressed over word count. I've been thinking like because I did a very good job in like February of not checking my word count at all. So actually, if you go on my Write Club, which is where you can track like your word count, your progress on your book or whatever, I just like it because the graph is fun. Um, like the dates for February aren't very accurate because like for how much I wrote, I actually don't know because I didn't log it. That unknowing makes me anxious. So I'm like, I would prefer to just log it. So the last couple of days, I'm like, okay, I should probably stop checking my word count at the end of my sessions too. Cause I got rid of my word count on the side, which has helped a lot. But I still check my word count at the end of writing sessions, which is making like instead of like basing it off of the feeling of like, oh, I think I did good with like the drafting, that feels good or whatever. I'm still going based off of the word count, and it's starting to bug me again. So I think I need to make more changes. Because I mean, as somebody like I know it's not gonna get better if I just keep like giving it to my anxiety. Like I have to do the exposure, my therapy way my through it. Wait, I didn't say that right at all. You know what I'm saying? Exposure therapy my way through it. Sam Fenna also has a YouTube channel. He makes lots of animations for his characters. That's how I found out about the book. Oh, that's cool. I love when people can do like cross discipline. That's so fun. Julie says, I'm almost 60K words into my novel. Yay! And the storyline's wrapping up. What do I do? I'm too attached to these characters. If you're like me, you read a series of like 15 books, like the next 10 years. The idea of ending Fostered used to distress me so bad that I would cry. Like I remember crying in public once, and I don't really cry that much, so I I cried in public once. I was like 14 in the mall, and I got very distressed about it. Then I was like, actually, like I can just keep writing with them forever. I don't have to stop. And now here I am now. Reese says I've been feeling weird and icky all week, and it's culminated into an hour-long migraine yesterday. I saw that. I'm so sorry. So I'm just taking things kind of slow today. That's good. I hope that it eases up soon. The migraines are terrible. I'm so sorry to hear. I wish you well. I hope you feel better soon. And yeah, Aline, that's kind of what I was saying. Maybe write a spin-off or a second novel. That's how I approach it. I can't stop writing with when characters intrigue me. It's like I don't have that many like, friends. And so just like how I wouldn't necessarily have that many friends, I also find it challenging to have that many characters because you have to get to know a character, not even the way you would get to know a friend, but the way you would get to know yourself. And for me, it can get really hard to do that with like a new character every single time. For the level of characterization that I like to do, for the sort of like how I characterize, that's what I like to do. I like to get to know somebody pretty much like I would know me. And if I don't, then something feels kind of wrong, which is probably why I'm struggling to draft with Monin. Anyways, but when they feel like me, I'm like, okay, this feels good. And I can't do that for like emotionally invest that way with every single character that I have. So I kind of have to pick and choose my narrators, except if I'm doing short fiction. If I'm doing short fiction, it doesn't matter. Short fiction, I can write with pretty much anybody. I can write fan fiction for the fiction I wrote. Yeah, it's what I do. I used to think that was kind of something that a lot of people didn't do, and then I found out a lot of people do that, and it's just quite cool. Why does this thing keep popping up on my screen? Windows. They'll have these little random things that keep showing up when I'm not even clicking on them. My characters are more real to me than reality. Yeah, I think so too. That's how I feel. I'm happy that other people feel that way as well. My characters are not just they're real, you know? I don't like saying my characters are like not real people. That bothers me. Obviously, I know they're not real people, but like I don't know if it's very productive in my sort of mind to think of them as real or not real because they are real, just not in our reality, you know? Um Calling yourself out with the draft. That's one thing about me. I'm very aware of all of the things that are my flaws, and I can't well, not very aware of all of them. I'm probably unaware of most of them, but I think I'm aware of these ones, and I still can't do it. I know what would be better for me when it comes to drafting too. I do wanna start, like, an actual I hate to say actual novel, but I just wanna try something. I just wanna try something new because 'cause I've been writing novellas for a long time. I don't wanna pivot. When I'm done Sunless Ground, I don't wanna pivot to another novella. I'm done. I'm good with novellas. I mean, I'm still writing them. I just don't wanna write them as, like, full-time, like, kind of projects. I just wanna pick at them. They're quite fun to just pick at, I think. Keeping them that way is better for me. I think, with that said, I wanna work on a novel, and I wanna actually push myself to do it. It scares me because it's silly as somebody who's written as many, novel length manuscripts as I have. It seems like, well, why would you be as scared to write a novel? Like, have you not done that already? But I think like writing a novel is very scary in my head. Like it terrifies me and I don't know if I can actually do it because I don't know how much faith I have in myself to invest in the mind of somebody else. So I want to see what I can do. I don't know. I want to give myself a month to kind of just experiment. And if I think, oh, I just want to write 10,000 words, that's doable. Even if I hate it, I can write 10,000 words that I hate. I've done that before. you know. So I'm kind of just going to take baby steps. But after I finish on this ground, which I'm going to finish on this ground pretty soon. There's not really much left like in terms of the plot. So it's probably going to be a bit shorter than Seventh Virtue, which is good. We really shouldn't make the precedent of each book to be 200,000 words. I don't want that. Thank you. Um yeah, they're my children. I can't just leave them. Yeah, that's me with my characters. I couldn't leave them, and I haven't, and I've written with them so much, and I've gotten to know them in so many genres and so many different avenues, and I love that. And honestly, it was in a Kate Kavanaugh video. I'm not sure if it was who it was. It was like an anonymous person. It's something so cool. It was like a secret writing confession about how every single book that they've written, all of the characters are the same. It's the same cast of characters. They just changed the name, maybe attributes or whatever, but it's the same characters that they've been writing in different stories and nobody would know. I love that idea. I think that is so cool. I kind of want to do that too. That's how I wrote the goldfish story I was talking about the last stream. I was writing it in Reeve's perspective. and then it just diverged into like actually somebody it sounded like another one of my short story protagonists. It was kind of nice to kind of revisit that voice. But anyways, it was nice because um I don't know, it's just kind of different. It was I didn't have to worry about coming up with something on the spot, you know. Writing another novel feels so intimidating after taking a break to write short stories and novellas. For some reason, the stakes feel higher. Yeah, it's scary. It's very scary. We've talked about this many times on this stream. I talked about the last time, but I feel kind of stupid. Like I don't feel smart enough to write a novel. I don't care how many books I've written, I don't care how many novellas, but I just don't feel like I'm smart enough to write like a novel worth reading. I don't know. It doesn't feel like an insecurity. It just feels like a fact, you know, like I don't really have like, when I think about things that I can't do, I'm really lucky now that I've sort of worked on myself. I don't think of it like as, oh, I'm really upset at myself for not being able, I just feel like that's sort of like just a reality of like, I don't think there's a reality that exists where I could write like a novel that feels like smart, like the novels that I read, for example. But then again, I don't think most writers, are probably going into their books being like, I'm so smart for this. Actually, sometimes I'll have my moments. So if I can have my moments, maybe I can do it for a whole novel. I don't know. Yeah, they do feel higher. You feel like you have to earn the time a reader spends in your book. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I feel that it can be tough. I think especially at that length. And it also feels like I need to be able to invest enough in that story to want to spend that long in a book. Yeah. I've been doing that too with the characters too. They're writing the same characters. It's always the same 5 with a few minor changes. I love it. I think that is so cool. And like, there's so many famous writers, for example, like I can't name any off the top of my head, but you have to take my word for it, who will write about one thing, like their whole career, they write about one thing. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that, even with writing with the same characters. I think that's cool. Yay, you're back. I had to give my dog a bath, but I'm back. Oh, I gave my dog a bath last week. Oh, Winston. He's fun in that he just kind of sits there, but he kind of looks very timid and afraid. Oh, and he's heavy too because he's a bulldog, so he's not super fun to to corral. Stein says, I've got an original character in one of my fanfics, and now I'm writing an original story about one of his childhood friends set to 2004 Seattle. Oh, we love that time frame. And it's been so fun. There's no plot yet, but so fun. I love like no plot, just fun. I think that's an underrated category of books that like publishing needs to get in on, because I don't know about you, but like I want to read that. I feel like a lot of people want to read that, you know, like where it's not like, sometimes it's too exhausting to keep up with a lot of plot. Like for example, for me, I think we talked about this several weeks ago on a stream. I never realized that like reading is sort of like reading, also like listening to music, watching movies, it's sort of like a processing issue with me. Like I can't do that much of it at once. If not, I'm not going to be able to process it in like my neurodivergent brain, right? It's not processing, it's not computing. And so I need to take long breaks between things that I like. Especially the last movie I watched, it was kind of like a movie I watched myself, not including like the rom-coms that I watched with my sister. I rewatched all the Hugh Grant rom-coms. But I watched Midnight Cowboy, which was so good. It was so good. I can't watch anything else now. That was like a month ago, and you're asking me to watch something else. A sort of movie like that. Not that the rom-coms just use a different part of my brain, right? So I don't think I can watch another movie for a little while. I have to kind of sit with the one that I just watched. I'm still getting over Giovanni's Room, which I read in January. I finished in January. I started in December, I think, and I still haven't gotten the like, okay, I'm ready to read another novel kind of. I've been lucky because I've just been reading a lot of things that I like. I usually struggle to find things that I, like that are become like favorites, but everything that I've read in the last year and a half, 2 years has been like instant favorites, which is really good. But it can also make processing really difficult if I really like something. The people who are in constant doubt are the people that have room to grow. Those who feel like they have done it's perfect can't improve. Yeah, that's not untrue. If you struggle with leaving characters behind in their stories, how do you do with killing characters off? I don't kill my characters. that's just how I deal with it. I just don't. I can't do it. I used to be able to. I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm weak. I will never kill any of them off. At least like the main foster cast. If I wrote like something that was a new genre project and I kind of knew what the concept was from the start, but I don't know, man. I can't do it. I don't have the guts. You know. This is kind of silly, but Jeff Kinney has been writing the Wimpy Kid books for forever. Yeah, right? Also Rick Riordan. Yeah, exactly. I think there are some authors who just stick to the thing that it's the thing that works. It's the thing they like. I loved the Diary of a Wimpy Kid books, man, when I was a kid. I haven't read them in a while, but I still have did you guys ever have the one? I remember everybody in my class at one point, like we all wanted this one. It was like the orange book and you could like write your own story. I think I still have my copy that I did. Um, yeah, my sister has a copy of that one too. I remember it was like a book fair they came and everybody wanted that one so bad. That was so fun. All my stories have so much to do about death, so I'm always killing my characters. Yeah, I used to be like, I don't care. Like I can't do it now. I'm very attached. I'm sorry. It's been like 10 years. Like I can't do it. I can't do it. I can fake kill them and then bring them back. But even the characters that are like villains or whatever, like if I've written with you for like more than 2 years, I'm sorry. Like you're surviving. Like there's no possible way. Like I can't do it. Literally just killed off my main character for this AU novella. I can't kill her in the actual canon. She's been through too much. Okay, that's so funny that you're maybe in an AU we can kill Harrison. What do you think? Now I'm gonna kill my love interest off at the end of the book, and I'm already dreading it. Oh, I could not. That sounds awesome. Like it's not that I love when like character deaths because I struggle with them. Like I like as like a consumer, like I hate the feeling of it, but also I love it, because I love when it's done very well. So I know what you're writing that would be done so good. Like you would just love it, even though it's like, no, it's painful. But I can't do it. I can't. I usually decide who's gonna get killed off at the start so I don't get too attached. Yeah, I think that's the best course of action. Like, Callahan is a character. He probably will die. Callahan is Harrison's new boyfriend, and from the beginning of time, his concept is that he's actually evil, and because of that, it's much easier for me to write him, like knowing that his concept is that way. If it was an organic thing where like he had to like all of a sudden become evil, I would not be able to do it. um Oh, we remember the book. My sister had 3 of those because she loved filling them out so much. I don't have my own, but I do have a signed copy of one of the books. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, those were so fun. I can't remember how old I was. Maybe grade 6. Can't remember. Love killing my characters. Oh, especially in fantasy / sci-fi. I envy you. I can't. I can't do it. I used to do that. I did that like when I was like a teenager. I can't do it now. Mm-mm. Yeah, I feel you. If only if I've planned it or if I hate them. Yeah, if I hate them, yeah, like they're gonna die. Like that's what. No, but if I've been writing with them for a long time, even then the ones that I hate, it's still hard. I bring them back too, Sammy. I've brought back Reeve has an older sister. I have brought her back to life so many times. like so many times. It's crazy. My main character gets to be a ghost in this, and her little sister's the main character. Ooh, which is actually so fun because in canon she keeps insisting that she doesn't believe in ghosts. Oh, I like that. I like that. You have to the sort of like the inner conflict of what you believe in, and then it's your sister. That's so cool. I love the idea my main character's still gonna suffer and everything's gonna change for him, but it still makes me so sad. I couldn't do it. You're stronger than me. It sounds like a really good read though. My books probably will get very tenuous if you were reading them, besides me, because you're like, why are they all still alive? Like Foster definitely should have died. Like he's the kind of character who would die. Like but I can't do it. I'm sorry. I'll laugh about how authors give their characters trauma, and then when I write it, I cry as I'm putting the words on the page. Yeah, I'm very sensitive to what I put my characters through. To write it properly or to write it well or to write it in a way that feels fulfilling to myself, I feel like I have to take it as seriously as possible. Oh, my page popped up on the feed today. I'm just like talking and I didn't even give any context. What are your novels about? I'm writing a book right now called Sunless Ground. I have been writing a series for like 10 years, actually 10 years this year. Oh my god, my sister just texted me fried chicken here. Oh, we gotta write soon so I can get my fried chicken. My grandma brought me fried chicken. I'm so excited. Anyway, sorry. Um, my channel is a bit chaotic. As you can see, my personality is kind of all over the place. Anyways, I've been writing a series for like the last 10 years with like the same cast of characters, and I have a video on my channel called How I Accidentally Wrote a 10-book series if you want to like a crash course on all of the projects. The one I'm working on right now is like a fantasy like alternate universe, and I'm writing the second book of that series. So that is probably at minimum going to be a 4-book series. So yeah, and that one's it's kind of complicated to explain in a sentence. I don't know how to explain it. I have a log line somewhere, but it follows just like the same characters that I've been writing with for the last 10 years. I have a video on my channel too called All About My Novel Seventh Virtue, and so that one's the first book. You'll be able to learn a lot about the projects just from there. And the book is like at nearly 150,000 words. Crazy. Even though the tone of my stories is not grimdark, I get caught up thinking about how realistically some characters would die in fights or bad situations. I never kill the central character though. Interesting. Yeah. I was supposed to kill a lot of the central. I've talked about this before. Like Lonan was supposed to die in narrative many years ago, almost 10 years ago, and he's still alive. Sometimes a character takes me off guard and like I just can't write them the way they were intended. Like Darren, who's like Reeve, who's the main character of the book I'm writing right now. Her fiance, he was supposed to be evil. Like he was supposed to, you know how I was talking about Callahan? Like if I didn't know that Callahan was supposed to be evil from the start, he probably would have just been continued to be good. That's me with Darren. Like he was supposed to be evil. I can't do that. He's the nicest person I've ever written with. He's objectively the best person in my entire series. Okay, so I'm happy that his character kind of changed, but the plot therefore did also. um, I'm killing my favorite character twice and reviving him twice. This will be a catalyst for a romance for the character who revives him. Wow. Ooh, reviving him twice. I've revived my characters many times because Reeve technically dies in Seventh Virtue, but Harrison revives her like a chapter later. So it's like, did she really die? I mean, like she's alive. And then I'm gonna revive Lonan's ex-girlfriend. Not really. Yeah, there's just not really ex. They couldn't really break up. It was just like they could no longer be together. I don't know how to explain it. But his ex-girlfriend Glenn, I'm bringing her back to life, but she's not actually alive. It's gonna be very interesting. Lots of drama. That'll be cool. I am going to set up a sprint in a second. Let me just look it up here. We'll do 20 to begin with. Yeah, check out that video. That video goes into detail. It's a whole this is like my autism universe, so there's a whole lot of information. But yeah, it's really fun. There are like 5 central characters that I talk about. 3 most of the time I talk about. My main character's ghost is eventually gonna visit her wife for the last time, who makes sure their garden is thriving. Oh, that is amazing. That's amazing. I love that. That is really sweet. Okay, I'm gonna share my screen and we'll get ready. And then I'm gonna go check out what this fried chicken is about. Okay. Literally what I was gonna do. I'm like, my grandma's the best. Sometimes she'll surprise me with little things like this. Perfect timing because I have to go. But the baby I'm babysitting. Oh no, not putting the baby. Oh, I hope baby has a good nap. um Decide which characters die before I start. They have to make thematic sense to me, but I always get the most attached to them while writing. Yeah, I think getting attached to them is hard to let them go, but deciding at the beginning is better than realizing at the end that they have to die. I can't do that. I can't do that. Okay, let me share this with you. Share. There you go. I will see you guys in 20 minutes and give you an update on this fried chicken situation. Okay, that was the end of the first sprint. I hope it went well for you. I didn't really do much because the fried chicken allegations were true. There was. So I was able to have some, and I gave the rest to my dad. That was a nice surprise. I'm still all out of hungry because before this, I made last night my sister and I have been reading our work to each other for years, right? Like I think we talked about this in our podcast episode where when we were kids, we used to read our work aloud to each other every time. We'd write every day basically. So every night, like from like the ages 13 to like 17, we'd like cuz we shared a room, we'd just read out loud what we wrote that day, and it was really nice. At some point it changed from like reading every night to like reading every time you had a chapter. So that was really nice. But as we've gotten older, I don't know, I find it kind of awkward to read everything out loud now. But I like reading with her, so we are starting to do like little reading parties or whatever. So last night we had a reading party, and for the reading party, I made a little onigiri, which was so nice. God bless my mom because I didn't have the furikake that I needed, and she took me to go get it literally at 8 p.m. I love my mom. Anyways, so that was nice. It was really lovely. We were able to just chill, read each other's chapters. It was very nice. So with that said, I'm now on an onigiri kick, and so I had that for lunch. So that was fun. I highly recommend. They're actually easy to make when you know how to actually make them. Because I used to struggle to make them when I was a kid. And it's because like I just wasn't making them right. Like the technique back then, like the technique now is so much easier. It's like I don't know what I was doing before. Anyway, I forgot we did some writing. Let me know how you guys did. I edited like I don't know, like a page, but honestly, it wasn't really editing because I have reread this chapter with Reeves. Like this is chapter 12 that I'm editing. I'm on chapter 20 now. I have reread it so many times. Like there are no typos. Like I would have caught them. But anyway, so we'll kind of see. It's funny though because my sister will always like send me like her very polished writing or whatever. She just gets some around because like I am polishing that shit. Anyway, so because I'm on a drafting ban, I was like, okay, let's actually polish. Most of it's fine. Like especially for like action heavy scenes, I'm like, I'm not polishing that. Like it's fine. Anyways, so I saw that there was a big conversation in the chat. That was really awesome. Lots of motivation there. Um Only one went on Pick Crew and made my main character. Okay, that is huge. I did that for Seventh Virtue in 2022. I spent like all of July doing little world building things, and that was one of the actual things I had to do on my list. So it was so helpful for character descriptions. I referred to them all the time because especially when I was still getting used to the cast, I was like, I don't know who you are, so I had to refer to them all the time. 2 whole pages is excellent. That's awesome. Good for you. 661 words. Yay! Good for you, Scholarly Coffee. Recap 3 chapters. Pretty proud of myself. Kind of replotting the whole beginning, but whatever. Okay, we love that. We love that. We love plot realizations as well. Got the skeleton of the chapter done. Okay, awesome. Just writing what comes to me. Then you're gonna resort it. Yeah, that makes sense. That's fun. I love not being, that like regimented with the process. I think being more kind of loose with it is really fun. My girlfriend came to ask me about some face claims. Oh, so I only got a handful of words. Okay, but that's fun. That's a fun conversation. That's cool. Stein wrote 431 words. That's awesome. Wow. Yeah, I'm so impressed. In 20 minutes, I walked upstairs, ate fried chicken, walked downstairs, and read like one page. Listen, um, I think I've drafted enough this month. Okay, it's enough. I had to put my foot down because I have gone to the library every single day except for the weekends since last Wednesday. And before, I think I actually had gone since last Monday actually. So for like a week straight, I've gone every single day, and every day was miserable. I was like, I'm not doing it again. It's over. It's over. I'm cutting it off. 1.5 pages trying handwriting my zero draft. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I was talking about handwriting in my recent vlog. I think I was reminded of that because people were commenting about handwriting, and I was like, oh, that's what I posted on YouTube. Actually, I have no idea how that video is doing. Let's find out. Oh, it's doing poorly. That's okay. Poorly. It's not doing that bad. But yeah, it is. If you're curious about the stats, it's number 8 out of 10 of the last 10 videos I posted. It's not doing that bad. Honestly, it's just because the last couple videos that I posted have done like kind of abnormally well, so it's actually doing quite well. Nice. Anyways, that's cool. I love handwriting. It's been very fun, and I need to do it more when I get stuck, I think. Because it helps me unstick my brain quite quickly, and my notebook is filling up really quickly. It's really nice. Obviously following my plot, but I'm going to resort it halfway through the book because I think it'll only be 20 chapters. Yeah, I think reassessing as you're drafting is never a bad idea. I have to do that all the time, and that's how I realized, actually, I think my book is going to end a lot sooner than I thought. It was going to take me the rest of the summer to write Zelma's Crown, but I actually think I'm going to be done before the summer because, like, I don't really have anything else to write. Like, I have, like, nothing. And also, I'm, like, sick and tired of this book. I'm like, I think I can leave now. Just finished watching a thriller called See No Evil. Oh, I haven't heard of it. Now I want to look it up. Let's see. The 2006 one? With Michael J. Pagan, Luke Pegler, Samantha Noble. I don't know these actors. Yeah, there's one in 2006. Interesting. Huh. The poster looks interesting. I'm intrigued. Made a cup of tea because I need to channel my character's Britishness. Yeah, I mean, that's one way to do it. Okay, Ethan says Aries, God of War, Squeaky Kids, my main character. He fancies both of them. And never apologize for rambling. I love hearing about your projects. I think it's so fun to hear what everybody's working on. The last time I did a stream, I said I was going to read poems, and then I didn't. So while I was doing my, editing, I went through this book, which is called Physical by Andrew McMillan. Somebody on this channel recommended it to me. I don't know who it was, but if you're on the stream right now, make yourself known. I love this poetry collection. It's one of my favorites. Behind the other one behind me, which actually I have it here. I thought I had it behind me, but this is my favorite one, which I talk about every single day, basically. Called 100 Lovers by Richie Hoffman, which you gotta read. Richie Hoffman's new poem in the Yale Review is so good. It's so good. Anyways, this one's my second favorite. So if you like Richie Hoffman or if you like Andrew McMillan, they're good comps for each other. So I wanted to read one just from his collection. If you haven't read this one, winner of the 2015 Guardian First Book Award. This book? Or Andrew McMillan? Oh, it must have been this book. Cool. I did not know that. There's a poem that I wanted to read from part 1 called If It Wasn't for the Nights, and I love this one. Because it's poetry month. That's why I should say. Why are you just reading a random poem? Well, because it's poetry month. So this one it's a really good collection of queer poetry. If you're into that and looking for more queer poetry to read. So this one's called If It Wasn't for the Nights. If it wasn't for the nights, I tour my foreign voice through the tin-roofed halls of semi-rural provinces. I barely understand the lines, but the crowd goes mad and claps of thunder thrum the valley where I sleep, and my lonely haircut cellist eyes the bar between us, and I gargle salt and sleep alone. And back across the border, the man I love is curled to someone else, and they don't speak a word, and outside, a precious bird doesn't comprehend the language of its wings, and frost hums on the weather vane. If it wasn't for the nights, Stefan, I'd come home. Ending of all time. I don't know if you can find this one online. I'm going to look it up because if you can, I will send you a link. But that's one of my favorites from the collection. I remember reading it and was like, oh my god. Let's see. That's a song by ABBA? It is! Oh, I didn't get that reference. Maybe the whole thing's about ABBA. Now, let me see if I can find the poem, though. No, I don't think it's online. But if you can get your hands on the copy of the book, it's in there. It's a really good poem. One of my favorites. Oh, these queer people. Yes, I agree. Your character's bisexual. Also, falling with the man, of course. Don't mind. They're actually cousins, but gods don't have DNA. Oh my. It's a bit gruesome. Oh, you're talking about the movie. Now watching another good old movie called The Blob, 1988 version. Cool. Is Is that horror as well? Let's see. I'm trying to, yeah, it looks like it. I'm trying to get into older horror too. So that's cool. I love all the little like the effects. They just don't movie like this anymore. um I'm closing off all these unnecessary tabs. I'm trying to see where I am in my book. Oh, okay. I did like no, I did only do one page. I thought it no, it was two. It was 2 pages. It was 2 pages. Okay. Look, I did something. Oh, it's so hard for me to take breaks. I'm trying. Because I'm like, well, I could keep writing. I'm like, well, does it mean that you should? Like, I think this is enough. Outside of doing like the NaNoWriMo challenges or whatever in November, the most I've written in a month is about 30,000. I don't usually go above that. That's like a lot in one month. I think in November I wrote 60 because I wrote 10,000 of Changing States at the beginning, but I'm not counting that because that's just a different kind of time and a different approach. But yeah, so this is just an abnormal amount of writing that I've done. So I just need to calm down now. um, but what are you working on? Were you doing a goal for this month? I was trying not to do a goal and then for some reason wrote so much. Very frustrating. I'm gonna find more poems. I'll probably find one in 100 Lovers. There's one that I want to read really bad that I always talk about. I think I've read it before. It's called Museum. Where is it? Where's Museum? Museum is so good. You have to read this collection. It's so good. And like I said, read the new one in the Yale review. It's so good. This is Museum. From one room to the next, the gods are becoming younger. One's face is broken, but he still holds his flute and harp. For a week, I have wanted to be broken in your hands, offering nothing in return. The earliest pipes made of river reeds have disintegrated. I worry our hearts are growing cold. At the far end of the room, Mercury is a boy already. I will abandon you. I will come back. So good. So good. It's so funny because when I first read this collection, I was like, I don't know if I really like that. 3 stars or whatever. Then I like was flipping through it so I could get like epigraphs because I was like, oh, okay, like maybe this will work because it's it's queer poems, like it was kind of domestic, like in the way that my book is or whatever. And then I like reread the whole collection and I was like, I was so wrong. This is the best collection ever. So I do recommend it. It's really awesome. You're all talented and your stories will fragment reality with their storytelling. Keep manifesting and harnessing what God-given gift you've been given and change the world. That's a very motivational. That's nice. I was just trying to finally finish this novella. I forgot about Camp Nano. Yeah, I'm not participating in those events anymore. They're just not good for me. So I wasn't participating this month or anything. Again, I needed to take a break and then I didn't at all. So, I'm writing one chapter every 2 weeks. That's my goal. So far, it's working. Yeah, I love that. That's always been my original goal. Since I was a kid, I would always tell my sister, "Oh, my goal like with writing or whatever is just to like every 2 weeks I'll have a chapter," and that was like that's how I went about writing. Now we've kind of gone to like the extreme other end. We're working on it. T Frog says, I'm kind of doing camp, but life has been crazy lately, so I've been trying to be chill about it. Okay, that's good. Mostly been setting long-term goals. Oh, nice. Long-term goals. I think I've been the opposite. I have a lot of short-term goals. I don't have so many long-term ones right now. I need to make some. I'm a new writer. Sometimes it's really hard for me to not get bored. Yeah, that happens. I get bored really easily in my own writing too. Like right now I am bored out of my mind, but there was that one post on Tumblr where it's like, you like do it scared, do it, that whatever phrase, do it blah 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 blah, and the other one is do it bored. That's one of the parts of being a writer. Sometimes you will just be bored out of your mind and it's not fun at all. And then you have to find ways to make it fun, like tweaking something, adding something so it's more interesting. Oh, but boredom is so hard. When writing is boring, it's like, I don't want to be here. That's been me the whole week. So I feel that. I have characters with a plot that I've roughly split into 5 books. But I just write whatever scenes on my mind, jumping around. Yeah, that's fun. It's chaos, but I've recently been getting back into fan fiction. Oh, cool. Yeah, I love jumping around. That's how I've been writing Lost Gods, and I've written most of that at this point. I've written over 10,000 words of Lost Gods. Crazy, crazy, just by jumping around and writing whatever I want. So now I have to kind of go stitch that book back together. I don't really have time to do that, so maybe it'll just kind of stay non-linear. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. I try to think of like summer writing plans. I don't know what I'm doing in May. I'm looking for a job is what I'm doing in May. But I also am gonna kind of continue to hopefully get on track to finish on the ground. I'm not trying to finish it ASAP. I'm just like, I don't know, I just don't have anything else to write. So that's kind of what I'm working on. But hopefully by June, I'm not working on it. I think I can finish it in May, maybe June. But then maybe in the summer, I kind of, like I said, want to work on for fun novel, kind of see where that takes me. I don't know. I once had a story which was like Dark Power Rangers. Ooh, humans genetically modified with dinosaurs. I didn't know how to start it. Oh, that's very cool. That's so cool. Knowing how to start a story is really difficult. I hate starting things. It's so tough. Job search is really, yeah. We're kind of like in a period where I have no idea what's kind of happening right now. So we'll kind of see. Is it like terrifying? A little. I'm still freelancing though. So if anyone's looking for an editor, reach out to me. Yeah, because I'm freelancing. I do need to, I'm hoping I can get a new client soon. It'd be fun to work with somebody. So that's kind of what's up with my life. Other than writing, literally just job search, which is tough right now. It's pretty tough. Yeah, in the job searching trenches. This is my first time job searching. It's really tough. Very, 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 very competitive. I was doing a interview kind of process for this particular role for like 2 months. I didn't get the role, but I'm still kind of figuring out what's happening on the behind the scenes. So we'll kind of see how it goes. But very hard. Very hard right now. It's good when you have all like the application. It's not the applications that are tough. It's just like it's a lot of waiting, right? I'm jobless. Real. Never had a job. I'm meant to be writing all the time, but my creativity is never here. Yeah, that's what I've been doing in the meantime, is kind of just doing a lot of writing. I need to submit to Lit Mags too. I haven't submitted in a while, and that's kind of good for little income. What kind of jobs are you looking for? I'm looking to work in publishing right now. So I volunteer with some publishing things, so I make a little bit of money through that. And but I don't have kind of like permanent positions yet. So kind of see a lot of like, it doesn't really matter where. I have a lot of different skills that kind of work in publishing, so it doesn't really matter where in publishing I kind of land up. But everything I've been applying to is kind of like social media, because that's what I do. So yeah, I've been doing that since December. Many interviews, but no bites yet. We'll see. I used to work in retail. Ethan says I want to work in retail. When I was a teenager, I worked in retail. But I didn't work in my undergrad because I was lucky I had the financial help, and then also like my tuition was paid off because I paid my tuition with my scholarship. So I was lucky I didn't have to work in undergrad. Thank you. I hope I find something too. I think it's rough in all industries right now. Like at this time, it's kind of tough. Looking for data analyst, product analyst, data science jobs. Wow, it's a mess over there too? Oh no. I'm so sorry. It's hard. I'm lucky I have little other streams of income, and my family supports me, so I'm lucky. But I have YouTube and editing and stuff like that, so it's not a lot, but it helps for what I need. The pub job market is so stupid right now. I've sent out so many out. Oh my gosh, really? Ooh, I know. I live in like a central city for the publishing. It's just there's no bites right now. It's pretty slow going. Looking for a job too within IT, and the market is harsh right now. Yeah, I think I'm hearing that from pretty much everybody across all markets. It's just, even my neighbor was like, "Oh, is it really hard right now?" I was like, how did you know? It's really hard. Yeah, I'm lucky. I'm very lucky. I have a very good relationship with my family. Also all my family. Like my older brothers still live at home too. I like that. It's fun. So it's kind of just a thing at my house. We all hang out. I'm lucky. I'm working in a coffee shop slash college bookstore. Ooh, and I'm doing theater work, mostly directing right now on the side because no one wants to pay for performance artwork. Yeah. Yeah, man, it's rough. It's rough. It's rough. I've been lucky. I've been able to work with some clients, some people on here. It's really fun. Editing, I really enjoy doing freelance. So I do freelance and I have different packages too. If you're looking for an editor, you know where to come. So that's been nice. That's been helpful. Yes, I'm very lucky. I love my parents very much. um, I'm very lucky. Um, I love living here. It's fun. I moved into this room last year, so this is a new room, but so I mean it's I mean I can't complain. It's really awesome. I like having my own space finally. There's like we've been streaming for like over an hour. Let me pull up another timer. I don't want to write just yet because I'm like I feel like I need another another break. But let me set it up though, the timer. I have emails to send. There's an email I need to send. I've been meaning to send for many times. Like it's a long time. Um, my agent was asking me about something, and I need to write her back. I just haven't thought about it yet. I have to think about it. Do you miss sharing a room with Sarah? Yeah, I think this is a good question. Sarah's my twin sister, and for a long time, like everybody in my house shared a room. Like my brother shared a room, my sister and I shared. There just wasn't enough space for like no, there was no. A lot of people live in my house. Okay, so I shared a room since I was like an infant, literally, and it's just the same room, and most of my videos are filmed in that room and it's really small. Like you couldn't even fit two beds in that room. It was really small for two people. But I loved. I mean, I loved spending time with her. I miss it because like that was my room. You know, like this is my room now, and it feels like my room. It's been like a year. It feels like my room, but nothing will ever like it's like it's your childhood bedroom, right? And I'm lucky I can just walk upstairs and Sarah is always so clean in there because she's much more organized than me. That's what I miss the most, to be honest. But she's nice. She was like, if you ever need help, just like tell me and I'll come do your room because she's so good at like organization and all that stuff. So I not only do I miss her company, I do miss her skills. But yeah, it was fun. But we still hang out. Like we still obviously, I mean, I spend every day, every single moment with her pretty much. So I can't miss her too much because she's always there. But we call. Sometimes I'll be on this floor because we live on different floors now. And so we'll just be FaceTiming in the same house. It's very fun. I do miss sharing a room with her. Sometimes, I mean, for some things. Other things like, having space. It's nice to have my own space. And also, like, we did online school in the same room, in the same classes when we had to talk. It was very interesting. Like, we had to know exactly when to mute it too, because yeah. Anyways, that was that was a lot. All of second year in the same room. Like I couldn't even sit. I have the same desk now, but I couldn't sit straight on because if I did, you'd see her in the background. So for all of second year, I had to sit crooked so I could put my computer crooked. Anyway, being a twin. But I couldn't ask for more. I love her so much. We need to do another podcast episode too. I know some people left some good suggestions on the video on what we can talk about. And I forgot that we could like record it in a much more like economical way. Like, because we have two different rooms. I'm used to like thinking of like, oh, we have to do everything in the same room because like that's just how my brain has functioned the last 21 years we shared a room. This is the first year with my own. So I forgot that like she can just be in her room and I can be in mine and we can record it that way. That way it'll sound a little better. Because I wasn't 100% satisfied with how it ended up sounding. It sounded fine. I'm just a perfectionist. Job searching is scary and stressful. I wish everyone luck. I think he'd be awesome in publishing. Thank you. Yeah, I hope I can find something. I'm very lucky to have sort of like the position that I do right now, volunteering and stuff. Like I'm very happy with that as well. And I'm lucky to have other streams of income and to be supported by my family too. Tried a few different jobs and nothing has worked out. My health isn't good enough, but it makes me feel like I'm just lazy. I struggle with this a lot. I think a part of the reason why I have so much anxiety right now to the point where like I was like, girl, I'm getting back on medication is because I like my life changed very drastically. Like I didn't think I was going to work anytime soon because my chronic pain had gone so bad that I was using like a cane to walk. I just couldn't handle anything anymore. And my mental health was like tanked. It was so bad. Um, and then I went to a rheumatologist appointment and they were like, yeah, we literally can't do anything to help you. And so then I was like, okay, well, then I might as well just start my life. And so from like end of November, it's been a very big change for me too. So I feel that with like kind of not knowing really what you're doing because you sort of have health issues too. So I think taking care of yourself first is the most important thing. And I'm very lucky that I've been able to focus on that in the meantime. And it's helped too. So um Sarah want to organize my room. She's so good. She was like, but cleaning your room is so easy. Like, and I was like, I don't know where to start because I've like you've seen most of you have seen if you watch my videos, you'll see a whole bunch of shit all over my room. And like I love it because it's very exciting. I think I get it from my grandpa. I think he likes putting like decorating his like rooms with a whole bunch of stuff too. But like because of that, it can get very visually like alarming when there's like things out of place and then I don't know where to start, even though it's like there's just one thing I need to pick up off the floor, but I don't know, like my brain's not it's not computing. So I'm lucky and I'm lucky that she's there to help me because then now that she does it, I can sort of figure out like, oh, this is how she did it. I love my sister. There's only 1,500 words in chapter one. You're almost done. I mean, that's a good length chapter. I love short chapters, to be honest. That length is probably my favorite chapter. I write 12,000 word chapters, and I hate long chapters. I don't know why I'm doing that. Your room looks great for what we can see. Thank you. You can see more. I sometimes I should. This is what I'm most proud of. Oh, look, you can see my Will Graham painting. This sort of array. There's a what is that? I don't know if that's the air conditioning. I have no idea. That little drop down ledge looking thing. I was like, what can I do there? And I thought of doing all those frames. So that's all classical art on there. That was nice. And I was able to print them from the Met has a free gallery. So I was able to print them from that. It's really awesome. I'm happy because Sarah doesn't like to be fair, like I like even it is overwhelming to me. So she's never been like the like put a whole bunch of shit on your wall person that I am. So it's nice to have your own space because now we gotta decorate the way that we want to. And I'm happy that she can have her like more like clean and classical sort of decoration. She's very good at that. Love your Will Graham painting so much. It's so cool. Thank you. There he is. It looks really nice on this camera, to be honest. um yeah, I did that one in 2021, I think. In the beginning of writing my first fantasy book, I always thought that each chapter had to be close or over 3,000 words. I won't lie. Sometimes I still have this mindset of like, it needs to be a certain word count. If not, it's not a chapter, which is really stupid because like, also like, I know that like chapters do not need to be certain length. They're just whatever length they need to be, like however long it takes for you to tell that story of the chapter. But I still get into that thing too, where I'm like, it needs to be certain like for example, in Seventh Virtue, I couldn't have a chapter that short because it just doesn't feel like the book. Like it makes no sense. It makes no sense because literally it doesn't matter. Chapters should be whatever length they need to be, but you know, I don't listen to my own advice. Love the decoration. Thank you. I worked very hard on this. This thing here is like my bookshelf. It wasn't supposed to be a bookshelf. It was supposed to like be storage. And then I was like, but it looks so nice as a bookshelf. So now I have no storage. Great. Excellent job. I'm gonna get this timer going. We'll do 20 more minutes. Okay, I'm gonna share this with you and then we'll be back in 20 minutes. Good luck. See you on the other side. Okay, yay! That was the end of sprint 2. How did it go for you? It went pretty good for me. I mean, like, I didn't really I got caught up on Instagram for a second. I was invested in something and I was like, hold on, I need to read all of this. But I did manage to read a little bit more of the chapter. Honestly, like it's fine. Like the chapter really doesn't need much work anyway. This is probably not the one that I should have started with. There's some like later ones that are kind of like first drafts. This one I've definitely reread a couple times. So it's pretty clean. Yeah. So I mean that's not really going to take long. I'm not really revising so much as I'm just kind of reading it and making tweaks or whatever. There's probably like I said, some bits a bit later that are gonna need a little bit more work, but not much. Like I'm not trying to like put that much effort into something. Like that's not the purpose of this book, right? So, it's just kind of to be fun when I'm editing it anyway. Um, hello, hi, thanks for coming. Um, we have just been writing, and we just finished the second sprint. What were we talking about? We read some poems. We're talking about like motivation and characters, killing off characters. Oh my gosh! You just finished your novella? What? That is so exciting! No way! On the stream? That's awesome! Congrats! I'm so excited. That's so cool. Amazing. Reese says, I spent most of it shifting the tense of this chapter. Oh, that could be so time consuming, man. You and Dallin have got me with a third person present tense. Oh, yay! Yes! We love doing that, okay? Infiltrating more people to our side of literary fiction. Third person present tense is so fun, okay? It's like, I don't know, one of the you know what? I saw people talking shit about third person present tense on Twitter. You know, why do I go on Twitter? I don't even like Twitter. But anyways, I was on there because sometimes I just scroll for like 2 minutes and I realize I can't stand this, then I exit off. And somebody was like, when a book is written in third person present tense, I translate the whole thing while I'm reading it into past. And I was like, you don't want to like learn to love, you know, like the joys of third person present tense. Like, what? I've never in my life read somebody's work and been like, I have to translate it into past tense in order for me to read it. That is so interesting that somebody would do that. Anyways, that stuck out to me when I was on Twitter, and then I had to exit off because I couldn't handle that. Stein wrote 483 words. That's awesome. And yes, another congrats. This is so exciting. Okay, finishing a novella is like such a big deal. I remember anytime I finish mine, it's been a different feeling than I think finishing a novel. I think novellas feel like my best friends. So I think it's so fun to finish the draft. T Frog says, editing my book is going pretty good. My goal is to make it presentable before my birthday in July so I can get a copy for my friends to sign. Oh, that's so cute. I love that. Oh, that is an adorable idea. I love the idea of printing out a copy so that you can give it to people to sign. That's sweet. I haven't printed a copy of like my physical copy of my book like through somebody else in a while because I've just been making them now that I know how to bookbind. But it would be so nice to get like updated paperbacks, I think, because I don't know how to do paperbacks. I only know how to do hardcovers. So it might be fun to get some paperbacks. Like the novellas, I feel like I could put them all into like one like anthology. Yeah, I'm really excited that you finished it on the stream. It's so cool. How long did it end up being? I can't remember if we talked about word count at some point of your novella, but that's so cool. Finishing a novella is like, ugh, it's so fun. That's amazing. I need to finish. I did write the end. Why am I yawning? Oh my god. I finished the end of I wrote the ending of Lost Gods. I didn't finish Lost Gods because it's not chronological, so it's not done until it's done, you know? But I did write the ending, which I think it might not be the ending, but I think it'll be the ending. So that was nice. So it felt like, oh, I finished it, but like it's not done. There's a lot more to go. I like writing that book in little bits and pieces. I feel like I could just keep doing that for years and years. It would be fun. Doing like a backwards writing process has been really insightful too. I'm learning a lot more. Just like from trying new things, I'm learning a lot. Oh wow, it ended up being 37,000 words. Wow, almost 38. That's amazing. That's the longer side. I love longer novellas. I love like novelettes and then novellas that are, they're not quite novel length, but they're still quite substantial. I love that length of story. Um, I know French novels like are really short for that reason. I wish we had more of those in North American literature too, because I feel like a lot of the stuff that I read, they're very long. Even the ones that I read that are short, they're still on the longer end. They're definitely still about like 50K. But I love like 30 to 40. I think there's a sweet spot with the type of story you can tell in that space that you wouldn't have enough time for in a shorter space. Ugh, they're so underrated. Um, uh, Thanks for coming, Patty. Have a nice rest and have a nice weekend because it's Friday, right? Yeah, it is. um, I'm so excited tomorrow. I think my friend's coming back home, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna see her tomorrow. Maybe. I hope. Um, Anyways, what are you guys planning on doing this weekend? Are you planning on doing a lot of writing? I'm planning on forcing myself to rest, but knowing me, it's probably not gonna work out. I haven't worked on literary fiction in a while. I'd like to work on something, maybe literary this weekend. I was really happy with myself finishing up the little light edit on that goldfish story. It was nice to kind of like get it done, but now that I'm not publishing my collection, I wonder if I could submit it. I'm gonna message my agent about that. I'll see kind of how we're feeling about that because I think that's a really fun story. To be honest, it'd be nice to share it. But yeah, let's see what you guys are working on, and then I'll kind of log off as we approach the 2-hour mark. Last time I talked for 3 hours. I was like, okay, this time I can't talk for 3 hours. But yeah, I don't know what else I'll do probably this weekend except probably take a rest. There's a local. I live quite close to many different farms, so I think we're probably gonna go to a farm this weekend. Yeah, I'm excited. Ooh, some friends do a monthly short story reading night, and that's coming on Sunday. Oh, that's nice. That's fun. You do it online? That's very fun. Short story reading. We love short stories. That's awesome. Sammy says, hoping to rewrite the first chapter again because the setting felt off for the scene I had for that chapter. Oh, that's so interesting. I never really think about maybe sometimes the setting. Actually, you're kind of revolutionizing something for me there. I've never thought about looking at the setting if I'm ever not sure about something working. That's so smart. That's so cool. I mean, best of luck with the rewrite. That's so cool. Hoping to write a lot this weekend because being sick and unable to write has given me so much motivation. I'm gonna explode. Yeah, okay, that's awesome. Sometimes you really do need those stretches of times where like you're not writing, and I need to remind myself of that because clearly I'm not listening. If I focused like the weekend on like maybe just doing YouTube stuff, I feel like next week I would be a lot more like, yeah, I'm so ready to write. Maybe it's because I've just been having really good writing days. I'm just like, well, really good. Not anymore. The last week has been terrible. Yeah, maybe sometimes you need the time off in order to be like very motivated. Oh, and hoping to watch some cool movies. Which ones? I'm always looking for movie recs. I watched 10 Things I Hate About You on the weekend again. It's one of my favorite movies. I've never watched it when I've had like a Letterboxd account, so I was finally able to log it on Letterboxd. But that's one of my favorite movies. I remember watching it in health class, I think when I was in grade 9. My teacher would always just put on these like teenage movies. It was so funny. And then we watched it again when my class was taking a trip to like Ottawa, and it was on the bus, and then my teacher turned it off because he thought it was gonna like go like inappropriate, and I was like, sir, it's the movie for teenagers. It's fine. We already watched it too, and I was like, hello, like we watched this in your class. How do you not remember? Anyways, it's a really good movie. I really like that movie. One of my favorite ones. So that was fun. That was the last one I watched. And then, like I said, we did the whole like Hugh Grant marathon with my sister and I. We didn't watch Four Weddings and a Funeral though, again. So we have to watch that one with her. And there's a couple more movies that I've been meaning to watch. Some older stuff I've been meaning to watch. I've watched a lot of movies this year. I think I've watched like 40 something movies this year. Because in January, I watched like 25 movies. I had just been rejected from a job. Like there was nothing else to do. Because there wasn't anything I was applying for. So I watched, 25 movies, I think, in January. It's crazy. I think I've watched maybe 7 this month. More than February, I watched like 1. So um I think like a normal amount. I really want to watch Challengers. I really want to watch. I don't know if it's in theaters near me. I'd really like to go see it. I meant to do that today actually. Darn, I forgot about that. I have to check. Because that'll be fun. Um Anyways, I think I will log off now as we approach sort of like the 2-hour mark. Let me just close off this tab. And yeah, new video came out. So if you want to watch the new video, it's on my channel. What is this one? The one where I finished my book? I don't know. Maybe it was the one after I finished my book, I think. So yeah, watch that. It's writing vlog. I have a lot of writing vlogs kind of coming up that I was editing from January, February, and I have a video scheduled for next week, and I need to finish editing another one. So you're getting a lot of content. Ooh, okay. Reese says, think you'd really like Big Eden. Ooh, gay rom-com from 2000. You're speaking to me. Set in the small Montana town. So cute. The way the entire town roots for these two guys to get together is everything to me. Maybe I'll watch that tonight. Hold on. I'm going to write it down. Oh, that looks awesome. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to watch it. You know me and like the late 90s, 2000 movies. I've really been into those lately. So thank you. Don't really know what movie I'm going to watch yet, but it's probably going to be something similar to the book I'm writing. Oh, that's always fun. Well, I hope you enjoy it. And have a nice Friday, everybody. And yes, thank you. It was so very cool that you randomly found this channel. And hopefully I'll see you next week because I'll definitely probably stream next week unless there's some like extenuating circumstances. So I'll be back next week. But thanks for coming, guys. I will see you next Friday and with another video next Friday too. Maybe one in between because I have so many that I need to get rid of. Okay, see ya. I'm gonna sit here while the stream ends like usual, awkwardly staring at the camera. Okay, bye.